Every day, Air Force pilots take off to perform one of the numerous missions, from dropping off cargo to dropping bombs. And before they were pilots, they came to Enid to learn to fly. Class 0806 produced some of the fastest, best-looking, hardcore pilots the Air Force has ever seen. This is the story of 0806, the True Enid story.
Her life's ambition was to be a star.
Never recovered from the public scandal.
In February of 2007, 28 college graduates packed up all of their belongings and moved to the luscious land of Enid, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I always wanted to move to Enid. Fresh air, rolling plains, girl behind every tree.
When we arrived, most of us moved into these one-room dorms.
But their stay in the Sooner State would be anything but bright.
I'd say our living conditions were pretty substandard. My oven doubles as a heater.
Intimidated by the greatness of 0806, the instructors spared no expense to keep these students out of the cockpit.
I remember they dragged us across the ground, dropped us from high altitude. They tried to knock us unconscious. I studied more on the first day than I did through all of college.
Nothing could slow these pilots down. Before long, they were flying and excelling in the T-6. Ironically, they didn't even want to fly the T-6. Some class members grew bored with this plane and started experimenting with other forms of entertainment.
It really was an ugly addiction. It's all they could think about. They started coming in to work late and stand test scores.
Who the heck is Bandy 99? Oh yeah, well, how old are you, kid?
I'm 4, I go to pre-strike.
Well, I fly jets.
It was only a matter of time before the tension in the group reached a stall point.
Nobody could agree on the use of autopilot.
Come on, man. Gear up, flaps up, autopilot on. Wants to fly. Shooting missiles, dropping bombs. That's what UAVs are for.
Autopilot really doesn't appeal to me. It's kind of like cheating on a test, you know what I mean? This is my autopilot.
In an attempt to defuse the situation, the T-6 flight commanders decided to send these students to Phase 3.
Who?
We just couldn't wait to get rid of those guys.
In early August of 2007, 0806's world suddenly capsized as their class split. 5 members went to fly the T-38s, and they were joined by 2 students from Pensacola. Desperate to fly a plane without autopilot, these students put their bodies through a grueling rite of passage.
I feel like the G-suit is just trying to push all the air out of my diaphragm.
The latest additions to 0806 had trouble adjusting to life on the planes.
Yeah, it was no big thing coming to Vance, so to speak. It's a little cold, maybe.
I think the Pensacola guys had a hard transition, so to speak. They never paid attention, they were always screwing up the pattern.
Wing flash. Wing flash. Not you, Peggy.
Speedo 27, breakpoint carry through.
Why?
Same reason. Just want to go around the outside pattern.
Speedo 27, you're off of the ground track by 1 mile south. You need to come left.
Speedo 27, roger.
Speedo 27? I'm gonna kick his... Ready. 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 Hack.
During training, the students found themselves in stinky situations.
You know, we like to take it easy. It's pretty low stress. But when you get an in-flight emergency, man, the poop really hits the fan. Okay, maintain aircraft control. Autopilot on. Next, analyze the situation.
Alright, I'm gonna get up to dash 1. Laboratory failure? Kevin!
Sorry, guys.
So what are we gonna do?
We're taking her in.
The rigors of training drove some students mad.
Dave and I used to be great friends.
Chris Johansson? No, doesn't ring a bell.
But then he went over to the T1 side. Ultimate toner? What is that?
I came from a galaxy long from here, and I came for one reason, to fly and keep flying. I'm gonna fly down everyone's throat in UPT till they're sick of it, and you're gonna get sick of it, because this freak of nature right here is just beginning to swell. And when I get big enough, brother, there ain't gonna be room in the Hammerhead for any other jets but me and all the Jayhawks floating through the veins and the power of the toner.
You couldn't do a brief. He would just rant and rave, look at the stars, talk about this and that.
Shove the control into a nosedive, instructor.
The Warriors' briefs really need to be subtitled so they can be interpreted by the normal human being.
Normal people, I do not understand.
I don't think everybody knew exactly what Warrior was saying, and I think that was a good thing. And sometimes, I don't even think Warrior knew exactly what Warrior was saying, and that was an even better thing.
The flightmates that I live for only breathe the air that smells of jet fuel. With or without the face paint, I am the ultimate toner.
His interviews were sometimes quizzical to me. He had great intensity.
How do I prepare for check rides, you may wonder? Do I jump from the highest control tower? Do I lay down on the runway and let them run over me with lawnmowers? Do I go to Africa and let them trample me with raging elephants?
Great energy.
Ah, can you feel it?
A lot of time, I just couldn't understand what he's trying to say.
Load the spaceship with the rocket fuel, load it with the Warriors.
Just a lot of strange things going on. I mean, I think the reflective belts he tied around his arms were cutting off the circulation to his brain.
Coming up next, some dreams are made and some are broken, as the paths of Class 0806 diverge once again.